Okay, so we're recording this enrollment session just for posterity. And so we have our enrollment team on the line. I'm Scott Reynolds, Vice President here at Benaware. We have Christina Bell, our account manager. We have Kate from Risk Solutions on the line as well. Debbie looks like she's kind of popping in and out here trying to get online. Looks like she's getting there. So this is the Woodvine enrollment. Let's start by taking a look at the schedule. So what we're going to do here is we're going to review the schedule. We're going to review the benefits guide that goes into pretty good details on all of the benefits being offered. We'll take a look at the system as well. This is a healthcare review enrollment, so it's a little bit different than the normal core benefit enrollment, but nothing too dangerous. And you guys, Eric and Debbie, have this schedule already. There's the locations with the addresses, and then number of employees at each location, roughly at least, and then where you will be on what day at what time. Generally speaking, the hours are 8:30 to 5, though. So that's the schedule. The scheduling method is paper sign-up sheets, which were distributed to the group. We're still a little early. It's only Tuesday. We don't start until next Monday. So they have more time to complete those. But Julian, what is the status of those? Are they in good shape, or do you need more time to get them filled up? I think she muted us. Joanne, are you there?
I'm sorry, I am here. What was the question?
The question was on the sign-up sheets. What is the status of those? Are they done, or they still need to be?
No.
Okay.
Louisiana Chemical was complete. I thought Jackie sent those on, but Anvil, the big one, is not. We were gonna have them out with us tomorrow. We'll be on site to do the enrollment information meetings, and she was going to talk with them during safety meetings. So, no, they're not done.
That's fine. So we'll get them before the enrollers go out, or at least for the first day, we'll get the first day's appointments and take it that way, just so you guys know who you're going to be seeing at what time. So actually, in this case, I want to actually start, instead of starting with benefits, let's take a look at the system first. And again, it's a little bit different than what you're accustomed to. You're all very familiar with Celerix, but with the healthcare to you element here, it's a little bit different. So with healthcare to you, one of their requirements is that we log into the system using the employee access. So this is set up for self-service, although employees won't be using it self-service, it's just for your purposes. In the training agenda, or the training invite that I sent, I included the benefits guide, which we're going to review, the schedule, a whole bunch of other documents, but also that link. This link takes you to the enrollment side, not the admin side that you're accustomed to using, but the enrollment side of the Chubb platform of Celerix. You know that because it's, instead of saying username, it's going to say employee ID or social. So the login, the employee ID or social, we're going to use full socials, and all you have to do is turn your laptop to the employee. They don't have to tell you the social. They can just key it right in. No dashes, just numbers, straight in. And I have someone that I'm going to use them as an example here. 3. The PIN code is the last 4 of the social, and the 2-digit birth year. In this case, 77. Okay, so you'll notice something different right away. So we're using employee self-service access, so it looks a little bit different anyway. But you have 2 cases here. You have a core enrollment, and you have a voluntary enrollment. It's probably just easier to do the core first. So you can select that case, but the very important part about this is don't forget to do both of them. So since this is handled by enrollment team, you're not going to forget that. You're going to do both. So you do the core, you have to put the PIN code in again. For this person is last 4, and then log in. So unlike the admin side, you don't have those first couple pages that has the salary and the address and all that stuff. It takes you straight into the benefits, the welcome screen, basically. So welcome to your benefits, medical, dental, vision, and HSA if they choose a high deductible plan. You guys are very familiar with this, but there's the personal info. Any required field will make you put something in there. Dependent information, if you hit the plus sign there, you can add dependents in, just like normal. So medical plans, we have the Choice Care Plus plan and then the high deductible health plan. And we'll get into the details of these in a minute. But
an employee only on the high deductible doesn't look right.
As far as the price?
0. I don't look right.
I think we actually decided that last year, and we didn't discuss contributions. We left them the same as last year, and I think last year this is what we agreed on because there's very few people that enroll in this plan. So I think that's what you and me agreed on.
What do you mean? There's 0 employees enrolled in that plan.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So there's 0 currently, so you might have 1 or 2, but you probably won't.
I'm looking at the handout, and the only supposed to be
Screen, yeah, it says employee only, cost per pay period, $0.
Look on page 7 of the handout, the handbook.
And I don't know, did Scott get the latest and greatest handbook?
Oh, I'm not sure.
We don't build a system from a handbook. We build it from the online workbook, which is a tool that we have.
And the family is incorrect too. So the employee only coverage should be 1501, and the employee with family should be 249.80.
All right, so 1501 and what 249.80 for employee plus family.
Right, it's 249.80. Look at page 7 of the handbook.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't match it.
Okay. We can fix that in the workbook. You want it to match the handbook? That's fine.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and when Kate makes the updates to the workbook, then we'll change the system here. The rates in the system.
I mean, the workbook. What you mean by workbook?
That's our tool. It's the BenAware workbook.
Okay.
Yeah. Once that's updated, we'll go ahead and change the system.
All right.
I think the HDHP contributions must have been finalized, and I didn't know about it after I'd completed the workbook, and I didn't make the handbook. So I'll just fix it in the workbook, and it'll be fine. Don't worry.
You know I'm easy, Kate. Just fix it.
I'll do it. I can probably even do it right now while we're on the call. So.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, Christina, just make a note of that. We're going to have to update that. All right. So I have this plan. Well, I was in this employee earlier, but this is the current coverage for this employee, but I can move into the high deductible plan. If I choose a high deductible plan, an HSA becomes available to me, but only if I select that plan. This is just basic standard rules like we always use. So you just pick your plan. The dental plan, there's only one PPO dental. We'll check these rates as well.
Yeah, the employee doesn't. It says it's a wrap product. So if they elect the medical, they get the medical, dental, and vision. So it's not like something they have to sign up for. Once they sign up for medical, it's a done deal. They get medical, dental, vision. Simple as that.
Yeah, is there a way to where they wouldn't have to be enroll or wouldn't have to select Like it automatically elects the same tier
Well,
of coverage?
Well, it is set up that way because you can see I don't have any way of waiving it.
Oh,
So it is set up that way.
All right.
We just click on the button. And then vision, again, only one plan. I do have an option of waiving this one, so we may have to take a look at the workbook on that one. So vision cannot decline. All right, we'll take a look at that.
Just so you know, the rates in the workbook are monthly, and the rates we have in the handbook are weekly. So I hope we're not going to run into any rounding issues.
1832 was showing on the PPO one. Hey, can you go get this to Joanne? I already posted it.
I'm gonna go back there. You guys know if you go back into the plan, you have to hit unlock first.
Tell them what you're going to do following.
My team knows that.
Yeah, see that 1832 matches the weekly contribution.
Okay, well
So
then
what-
there's no rounding issues because I don't. Then the system rounded correctly because I have the monthly rate in the workbook, so that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. So the vision, we need to remove this decline option since they've enrolled in the medical. This is a sinus.
not.
I'm sorry?
You should not be able to decline the vision.
Right, we're gonna remove that decline button.
Yeah, it should show the high deductible and say whether or not you want the vision, right? No, it should. No, I'm sorry. Ignore me. Decline has to be removed.
All right, so this is the sign and submit page. If you're satisfied with your elections, hit next. If you want to make some changes, these are hyperlinks here.
Now, when you say decline, though, if they don't sign up for the medical, they don't get the dental and the vision, right?
I have to reference the Benaware workbook to know what we were given there. Is that how it should work? So if they decline the medical, they cannot elect dental or vision?
Correct.
Yes, I
They
think I
cannot.
wrote that when it says other eligibility requirements.
Okay,
Let
so if
me
they decline
that
medical,
page.
they
So
don't get
return.
dental or vision. We will check to make sure that is the case.
Okay. All right. That's going. I'll put the eligibility requirements in the dental and vision section. So
Okay.
to say that. Okay, I'm putting that in right now.
Okay, so this is the confirmation form. I sign it with that PIN code for this person.
Okay, on that form there, can you scroll up?
Oh, I'm sorry, I already hit.
Okay,
Yeah,
if there's any way to get the eligibility or the eligible date or effective date, is there any way to put that on here?
Possibly. It could be. I don't know that if this is hard coded or not. If we can change it, we will change it to add that. Let me write that down. So add the effective date on the confirm.
On that benefit verification form, yes.
Okay, we'll take a look at that. If we can do it, we certainly will, and we'll give you some feedback there.
Okay, because other than that, they were typing it in a note, or I would handwrite it on there. But yes, that would be awesome.
So notice, my enrollment team noticed this. It says, now that you've completed your core enrollment, please log out and back into the system, and you must complete the voluntary one. So let's do that. So we hit log out here. I've already completed my enrollment. I'm all done. I'm still in the enrollment side. I go back into the system. And 3, 7.
And the PIN was the last 4 of the social and the 2-digit for the year of birth?
Yes.
Okay.
Then I just click my drop down, choose the voluntary one, and put in the PIN code again. And the reason it's set up like this for my team, just so you know, well, also for Woodvine, I think you already know this, but the reason it's set up like this is that with the healthcare to you tax savings that's generated, that tax savings cannot be used on pre-tax benefits. And the intention is that they can use them on these post-tax benefits, which is the worksite stuff, but also they don't have to. So it's a separate system because of that the voluntary stuff is post-tax. And the other reason is that if they don't purchase any of the voluntary, they can keep the tax savings and it will increase their paycheck by that amount. And I'll show you here when we go through.
By the way, the rates are now updated in the workbook.
Okay, thanks. Christina, if you're hearing that, you can do your magic there.
Okay.
All right, so same thing on this side. It's populated with the same information from the other side. Now, in this case, dependents would be needed if they're going to enroll in healthcare to you, or of course, if they're getting dependent coverage on the voluntary. There is a video embedded here that you, according to healthcare to you, you must play this video for the employee. It's 4 minutes. It's kind of high level. It just tells them about the plan, which I will go into the details here. Now, I've already been in this employee, but you can see it's asking, have you watched the video? Because that is a requirement from healthcare to you. The other thing is, are you or your employer actively contributing to an HSA? So if they have the high deductible plan, which you just did the core enrollment on, and they've selected the HSA account to contribute to, they cannot participate in healthcare to you. That's a rule. So
Correct.
That's okay. So you're going to say no here. If they did contribute, then if you say yes, the healthcare to you and the benefits will not show. Only the voluntary products will show. But like I said, you don't have any participation now, so it probably is a no anyway. So let's stick on this page for a second. So what is healthcare to you? It's payroll tax savings, unlimited same day, next day doctor's appointments for acute issues at a $10 visit, employee only. Okay, but it does have telemedicine, telehealth, zero cost. There's no not copay. It's not the word copay because it's not insurance, but there's no out-of-pocket cost for that. And that is employee and dependents are covered on that. Chronic disease management, 13 most prevalent diseases. This is disease management through a healthcare to you physician for a $10 employee only. And then when the physicians or the telemedicine company does prescriptions, then they use generic first protocols. Okay, so now to the heart of the matter here. So for this employee, this is a little calculator for healthcare to you. So I was already in here before, but the filing status, single or married, the number of allowances, whatever they elected. Tax deferral, an example of this will be like a 401k contribution. What percentage are you contributing to a 401k or an HSA percentage of salary? Let's say, whatever, 2%. And then state and local taxes. Do you have state income tax, Joanne?
Y'all need to know this.
Sorry?
How do y'all need to know this on each employee?
So healthcare to you needs to have this information in court in order to calculate the tax savings for that person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's necessary. I'm sorry, what was the question to me, Scott?
Do you all have a state income tax?
Yes, but Louisiana Chemical does not. Louisiana Chemical in LaPorte, Texas. But Louisiana, yes.
Yeah, that's right. Good point. And what is it in Louisiana? Is it based on income or is it just a flat amount?
It's
What you talking about?
Based on income.
Income is it's a table. It's percentage.
Yeah, based on income.
Okay.
I mean, and then income is level.
Okay, let's just choose them out for this purpose. So I have the criteria that I need to use the calculator. The calculator link is actually right here. If I did not click that button, I would still see the tax savings in another view. But I like this button for a reason. It shows you a comparison. So if I click on this button, it shows me the gross salary minus the taxes that this person is currently being charged. And these are estimates, by the way. The estimated taxes they're currently being charged, and it shows with healthcare to you a reduction of each of those taxes. Okay. The net take-home pay is the same, and there is an excess tax savings generated for the employee, the employer too, but for the employee of $31.17 per pay period. Everything you see in the system, including this number, is per pay period. So they can take that 31, if they enroll in the program, they can take 31.17 and have an increase in their paycheck effective January 1st of $31.17 per pay. Or they can spend some of it on the worksite products, but they don't have to. There's no requirement to do that. And I'll go into many more details about healthcare to you here in a second. So that just showed me the link that was there. And then the question is, well, do I want to participate in healthcare to you? And I haven't gone into enough details of what that is, and I will in a second. So let's say that I did. I just click next. The healthcare to you is direct primary care and telemedicine. We just discussed that, but it's also wellness. So there's a wellness company called ID Life Wellness. This is part of the package. There is no waive button here. There's no cost. It's just part of the package, but it is a separate click that you'll need to do. Okay, and then see, I was in this person earlier, but the tax savings shows up as a negative here, $31.17, because if I don't enroll in any of the voluntary products, that's a credit to me. That's why it shows up as a negative. If I were to purchase voluntary products, which I already did, as you can see over here, it uses that negative amount as a spend down. So I actually spending the $31 to pay for those products, if I choose to again. So let's say on the cancer plan, let's say I don't want to do the cancer plan. In fact, I think I'll just go through here and maybe waive them all. Back into the action. And then critical illness. We'll go into these details too. 15,000 and 30,000 on the critical illness. So what I'm trying to show you here is that I had already selected these worksite products when I was testing this. But you can see that the tax savings shows up as a negative here. And as I'm electing, as I go through and elect the products, it spends down that money. So right now, I'm looking at $31.17 credit on my paycheck because I waived all the voluntary products. But let's say I want to get the cancer plan. I'll go into the cancer, make my election. There's a high and a low. Let's say we do the high plan, employee only. There's a question here. I agree. Actively at work, yes. U.S. citizen, yes. Oops. And then what they do, what Kemper does with the cancer plan, and they tested this, is there are a series of health questions. They have to have participation before they throw these questions out, but they do ask the questions during the enrollment.
Wait, let me look at those. Then nobody told me to make no questions. All right. Just go up.
Yeah, let me go up to the top.
In hospital in this one. Hey, Rita never told me anything about questions. They're going to die.
I didn't
Honey,
think they were going to
if we asked her about robbing and told
Yeah,
her.
so answer the one that says malignant tumor as yes and see what it does.
Go down. I go see question. Wait.
That one,
see
number 5.
That's
I have to complete them all to get to the next page here.
we want to answer yes and see what it happens.
So I did answer yes, and it still pushed it through.
Okay.
Now this is, that is a carrier requirement with Kemper, the insurance company, to ask those questions. I mean, I guess we can, I think Takia can go back to them and maybe question that. Maybe,
it just seems like that's an EOI enrollment almost.
Yeah.
It kind of is. In case they don't get participation, they have those answers, and they'll issue it as if it was EOI. But again, that's between Takia and Kemper.
We'll talk about that later.
Do you want me to leave just the call just for a second, put the line on hold, and then come back with a quick answer?
We can do that later.
What Robin says about that? Okay.
Yeah, I would just write a note and just continue on.
Okay.
Okay. The Chubb
It might be
product,
something else.
yeah, the Chubb products don't have questions, but I'll show you them anyway. So the accident plan, just the 17 and a half hours a week is the only requirement. There's only one plan, enroll or waive. There's a beneficiary. Of course, I can click the plus sign and add. I don't have any dependents in here, otherwise they would show. But I can click the plus sign and add someone. This is just a statement saying.
Name a person instead of just putting all living children, right?
Yes. I could click the plus sign there and put in anybody I want.
All right. I feel like my husband's my child sometimes. I'm in the children's section. That was a joke.
I feel like I really have 3 kids.
So now that I have a spouse in there,
okay.
This will save for any other product that needs a beneficiary as
Mm-hmm.
well. This is just a statement. Basically, you're accepting it. It's not a health question. Let me go back into critical illness. Unlock. But you can see here I have my credit, and then I'm spending down. So my total credit is dropping, but I still don't have to come out of my pocket for this. Tobacco products, yes or no. Employee, now that I added a spouse, I can get spouse too. 15,000 or 30,000. Beneficiary. So that was the employee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see what's going on. I'm missing a social. I didn't put in a social for the spouse that I loaded here. Actively at work, yes. Tobacco, you and your spouse, yes or no. This is just a statement. I swear and affirm. There's no health questions though. And then high deductible buffer. Like a hospital indemnity plan. Employee only or employee and spouse. There's just the one plan. If I enroll in that, you see my numbers going down to 1594. But I'm enrolling in worksite products. In fact, I'm getting all of them, and I'll still have some money left here as a credit. So Let's see here. All that we need to do is hit next. Check the little boxes here for the employee, and then sign. Let's click to sign on this page. This is actually the Chubb accident brochure inserted here. And then here is the confirmation form. Again, we'll look to put the effective date here, a summary of everything that they elected. And then down at the bottom, we have the credits. So they still have $9.19 left over. So they bought all the worksite products and still have some funds left over, in this person's example, at least. And then you sign in with the PIN code again. And that's it. So now we've done the core enrollment side, and now we've done the voluntary enrollment side. When I log out again, I know that I'm finished. That's it. I've done everything. And then you can go on to the next employee. So that's the system. Looks like we have some edits to make, which are literally not a big deal. We can make those easily. Let's take a look at the benefits guide here. All right, so this is 39 pages. Now, not all of this is necessarily benefits information for the enrollment team to know necessarily. There's contact information. There's lots of extra information in here. Company pay or cost share tells you by line item what category each one is in. These are employee paid products, worksite.
He doesn't have the latest booklet, you know that, right? Because I could tell by the table of contents.
This is not the latest booklet?
We can send you the latest booklet. Do you want that?
Yes, we definitely
Okay.
do.
Okay. I'm sending it right now.
Okay, I'm not at my computer.
We do it later.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll just look at this one for now. I'll make sure the enrollment team has the new one though. Okay, so how do I enroll? You're gonna enroll. Yeah, well, that's definitely not the latest one. So you're gonna enroll with the benefits of BenAware Concierge one-on-one mandatory meetings, and then now the dates
We didn't change the dates.
So the open enrollment meetings.
It's still going to say November 27th to December 27th.
So it's still a month-long open enrollment time frame, but then the date is the 10th
Right.
to the 13th. Coverage is not automatic. You're required to elect or waive, effective 1/1. Let's see. New hires first of the month following 60 days. First of the month following date of hire. And then we have a call center set up for new hires, and there's the phone number. Can I make changes? Oops. Can I make changes throughout the year? Yes. A qualified life event. How do I notify Woodvine? Within 31 days. What's the final date? To make changes or
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
When the employees beyond the open enrollment, like new hires as they come along, and they call that BenAware Center, or they're calling to just schedule an appointment, or do they go right into a person and they're able to enroll?
The latter. They're going straight into an enroller.
Okay.
Yep. Now, in order for that employee to be in the system, you'll have to add them into the system, into both sides.
We do.
Okay.
We do.
All right. Dependent eligibility up to age 26. Some information on the marketplace, which is another option. And Jackie and Joanna, please jump in and stop me here because you're much more familiar with your benefits than we are here. And Kate too. Contact information. Your benefits at your fingertips. the Strive app. It's kind of neat.
What?
Medical, dental, vision contributions.
All right, 1832. 1832. That's right.
Okay.
It matches what's in the, I'm staring at the handbook. All right, scroll down some. There's the high deductible. See, that's what I was telling you, that doesn't match with what was in that on your website.
Right. I see that.
Right. Okay, we're good.
Okay. Calendar year deductibles. Okay. So non-embedded versus embedded here in the description of each. Now, what about ID cards? New cards or just for new participants?
I think new ID cards are just sent for new participants, but you can go online on the Humana member website and print ID cards. So members can always get ID cards from Humana's website.
Okay.
And you can request one too. From the website, you can request. And if they can't do it, they can always ask me and I can do it for them. But
Yeah, they usually ask me. But I remember last year, no, we didn't get a new one when there was no changes.
No,
but if you go in there and you change your address or your name or something like that, that will generate a new card.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So if they make any changes to their coverage, then it's going to generate a new, if they change tiers or change their name or something, that will generate a new card. But other than that, they're not going to get a new card from Humana.
Okay. So the PPO plan, this is the prescriptions, $10 for generics, $40 for preferred brand name drugs, $70 for non-preferred, and $25 for specialty. 90-day supply, you get a little break. And then high deductible plan, you got to meet your deductible first. These are your formularies to determine what tier prescription. That's it seems that formularies change all the time, so yeah, that's a good advice.
Yes.
And children.
You can't print those formularies quick enough for it not to change, okay? It's a waste of time to print those things.
Okay, so here's the PPO. In and out of network, $5,000 or $15,000 for the employee deductible. And then there's the family out-of-pocket maximums for both. 100% co-insurance. Nice. In-network, $30 or $45 for a specialist. $150 emergency room, wait if admitted. $75 for urgent care.
And see how he has the vision and the hearing in there, Kate? The new version doesn't have that in there. Robin took it out.
Yeah, we Scott, I sent, I know you're not at your computer, but Christina might have seen it. I just sent the updated handbook. That's an ACA benefit that is actually only for small employers.
Okay. We'll make sure the team has the new one.
Yep.
Okay. And first, medical premium saver. Can someone explain this to me?
Let me do it. Go ahead, Kate.
This is essentially when it's paired with the copay plan, so you're not eligible for it with the HDHP. But if you get the copay plan, you're also enrolled in this plan, and it's called a premium saver, but it's really an additional premium because you're paying Morgan White, and it's kind of a deductible saver because that $1,500 is kind of detracted from your total $5,000 Humana deductible, so you only have the $3,500 deductible. So when you go to the doctor, you give them your Morgan White card and your Humana card, and the Humana claim is processed first, and then instead of you getting the bill right away, it is then processed through the Morgan White insurance, and by the time you get the bill, it's been processed through the secondary insurance as well. So
Okay.
So it just essentially lowers your deductible, and you're paying a combined premium, but we research this every year, and we do the math, and it's cheaper to pay a small additional premium for Morgan White and lower the deductible a great deal than to try to shop a plan with a lower deductible, because those rates will be much higher.
Gotcha. So if I like the PPO plan, I don't have to do anything. I'm automatically in this.
You're automatically enrolled in Morgan White.
Okay. So both ID cards, yes.
Yes.
Well, there you go. There's a description of how it works.
Yeah.
High deductible plan. 3,000 in network. 6,000.
The HDHP. Yes.
Yeah, high deductible.
Yeah.
3,000 in network, 6,000 for the family. Out-of-pocket maximum. Of course, everything is 100% after you meet your deductible. Frequently asked questions is a glossary. How to confirm a physician is in the network. Humana.com. Tips to save on medical. This is a wellness program through Humana. You can earn bucks. There's a description of that. Again, none of this is in the system, but it's just additional information for the employee. More info on that.
Yeah, everyone who enrolls in the medical plan can participate in the Go 365.
Say that again. Everyone that enrolls in the medical
everyone
plan.
who's can participate in the Go 365 wellness. It's not anything separate that you need to enroll in.
Okay, and that is both medical plans, PPO or high
both medical plans. Yes, either one.
All right. These are the federal maximums. Single and family. Catch-up contributions for over 55. It's all built in the system. HSA enrollment link. So we're taking their election in the system, in our system, but they have to put it up here. Okay, do they have to take a second step to finish the HSA enrollment?
Yes, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was a question. Yes, they have to. Enrolling in the HSA plan in the system won't do anything except flag me. It'll generate a report, and then that Friday I'll get a report saying these people have enrolled in the HSA plan.
I wouldn't worry about it. No, I don't think girls are going to scream one another. I don't think the ladies are going to scream one way or another.
To let Joanne and Jackie know that these people have to take the extra step and enroll in the HSA plan.
Okay.
On UMD's website.
The closest electrical thing is right here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That Ned got Jackie. She's on her speaker and it's coming through.
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if she was trying to explain something, and I realized she wasn't.
Okay. Oh yeah, they're wonderful. Right.
RURL.IT. Blue Book app. What's this, Kate?
Excuse me?
All right. Sorry about that, guys.
Okay, we good there? They just have to take the extra step to enroll in an HSA.
Yeah, so if anybody does that, we'll let them know they have to take that second step there.
So what is this?
That's that blue book thing, Joanne.
Yeah. It's like the used car the Kelly Blue Book for cars. It's kind of like that for doctors.
And it's free. It isn't like something we signed up for. It's something you can just do, right?
Right, correct.
Oh, it's part of healthcare. Is it part of healthcare to you?
No, it's just sort of a resource that we're telling you about, so you can save money when you look for a provider.
Oh, okay.
Or really, if they recommend a certain test or procedure, and you have to shop with facilities or something like that.
Right.
Patient advocacy.
Isn't that what they do? Patient advocacy, isn't that what they do? You call into them and they search for.
That's Compass.
Yeah, that's Compass. That's part of Strive.
That's what's on the screen right now. That's what I'm asking.
Yes. Yes.
Now, Blue Book is not part of Compass, is it?
No.
I'm just saying that's what Compass does, is what she just explained what that Blue Book did.
Yeah, but they go one step further. They'll help you with claims. They'll help you with not understanding your benefits. Blue Book's not going to do that because they don't know what your benefits are.
Right. There's no reason why an employee wouldn't. I mean, anyone could use Compass who wanted to use Compass. You can use Compass instead of Blue Book, but for someone who might not have the time in that moment and they're interested in Blue Book, it's just an additional resource. But Compass would walk you through some of the questions that you would be looking at Blue Book for on your own.
Kind of like too many chefs in the kitchen for me.
Okay, so do you want us to take out the Blue Book? I mean, because Compass is a benefit that goes with Strive. Blue Book is sort of just an additional resource here. FYI, this exists. So it's more for the independent people.
It's when we just printed those handbooks, Joanne. No,
don't
I know. Stand out.
I'm not. I mean, I just no.
Well, you could, if you printed the handbook, you could always take out the Blue Book pages and not give it to your employees, I guess.
It'll be on the back of something. No, just leave it alone.
Okay.
Okay. Healthcare to you. Doctor's visits, $10 per visit. Telemedicine.
For employee only.
Employee only. Telemedicine. There's no cost for the telemedicine. No fee. It's also employee and family benefits. They also have prescription discounts and of course, the wellness program. So let's talk about this for a second. So, I just signed up for the PPO plan. You just did it 5 minutes ago. What do I need this for? Well, you don't really need it. You have a health insurance plan, but the primary purpose of this is an alternative to your medical plan. If all kinds of things can happen. You might not be able to get a doctor's visit and you want to see a doctor instead of going to the hospital. You might not be able to get a doctor's visit, but here you can call the 800 number and they will get you a doctor's visit for $10. So,
right. And it saves them cost dollars. I mean, $10 versus a $30 copay.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a lot of, and if they have to go get different things done, then, I mean, this doctor here, it may, because blood work is included in this.
Yes,
you can see it further down the page. I don't know if it's on that page or the next page.
Yeah, exactly. So you're not. There's no requirement to sign up for healthcare to you. It's totally optional. It's a voluntary program. You don't, just like the cancer plan. It's voluntary to enroll in. Just like any of the plans, they're voluntary to enroll in. But the benefits are you have access to the doctors for $10. You have telemedicine for the family. You have a wellness program. You also have the tax savings, and that's when you can show them the calculator. But there it is. So this is different than your PPO plan. So your PPO plan, you have a network doctor. You schedule an appointment. You go see the doctor. Anything with healthcare to you, whether it's DPC, they call it DPC, direct primary care, doctor's visits, or telemedicine, is done through that 800 number. After the effective date, the member calls the 800 number, healthcare to you will take it from there. So they will schedule the doctor's appointment for you, guaranteed same day or next day, doctor's visit, or they'll put you on right away with telemedicine.
Okay, and I still need to see the list of facilities where they're located, Kate.
Oh, yes. Well, I think, Scott, I wrote to you and Ron, and no one got back to me yesterday. We need the addresses for the Metairie clinic. the Baton Rouge. I don't know if you need Shreveport or not, and then LaPorte.
LaPorte.
Those are the only ones. I can
LaPorte.
see which ones
And
there are.
LaPorte
but
is
I don't have the
actually
addresses.
LaPorte is in. It's spelled incorrectly on your website. LaPorte is L-A space. It's capital L, capital L-A space, capital P-O-R-T-E. It's not Leeport. It's LaPorte.
What website is that?
Your healthcare TV.
Well, that's a separate.
Oh yeah,
that's
that
not
is you. That's you're Benaware. I'm sorry. But
It's a separate
they got
company,
it
but I'm
spelled
not
wrong.
Okay. I'll tell healthcare to you that we still need the list and that the LaPorte is spelled wrong.
Yeah, considering there's going to be a bunch of LaPortians on the phone.
Yeah, I really want that
correct
facility list before tomorrow because
The list is Metairie, Baton Rouge, LaPorte, and Shreveport. There's only one in each town. What you're needing is the addresses for each of those clinics.
okay, but when you go on the website, that link that you sent to us, Louisiana only had 2, and you hover over it, and it says Shreveport and Baton Rouge. But then when you click on it, it shows Baton Rouge and Metairie. So that's why I'm wanting the addresses to verify that there is, in fact, a Metairie facility, and the 2 are not located.
The 2, when I looked at this with Jackie because she saw the same thing that you saw, and when you hover over the South Louisiana, you see a 2, and then you click on it, and you see 1 for Metairie, 1 for Baton Rouge, and then you can see 1 up in Shreveport. So I can tell you there's only 4 that were, 1 in Metairie, 1 in Baton Rouge, 1 in Shreveport, and 1 in LaPorte. I don't have the addresses. I've asked healthcare to you, and I think I copied Scott on that email. So Scott, do you happen to have the addresses, or do I need to follow up with Ron?
I don't have any of that information.
Okay, so I'll follow up with Ron after the call, and I'll put high importance and see we need the addresses immediately.
All right.
Okay. And then there's a little scenario here where Jane Doe wakes up in the middle of the night and has a need, and it walks you through the scenario.
Thanks.
ID Life is the wellness provider. It's basically access to a really extremely robust portal that they have. This is a huge company, actually. One of their major marketing folks and contributors is Troy Aikman, so it's a big deal. But it's weight loss management, it's smoking cessation, and tons of other information that's on the portal there. And employees will get that info after they enroll. This is a kind of a one-page flyer that kind of sums up what we're talking about here. There's the chronic disease management. Those are the diseases. Unlimited doctor's visits, $10 fee, no deductible, or they don't have there's no deductible or anything. They pay $10 and that's it. Same day, next day guaranteed office visits, and discount pharmacy and so on.
See how over to the left on that page they had about the blood work? That's important to tell people.
Yes.
Right there, office visits, and they say annual physical and woman exam. I can see a lot of people saying, "Hey, I can get all that done for $10."
Yeah.
Some of it could fall into wellness on Humana, and it's 100% paid, but some of it isn't. Like I have thyroid issues, and I know I get blood. I think they're vampires and they're taking my blood for other reasons, but I know I have to wind up paying because they do so much to me.
So one of the benefits,
I can go do it for $10 each shot,
Right. One of the benefits of healthcare to you, let's say you don't have insurance at all. Let's say that you have declined the insurance for whatever reason, you can't afford it, the PPO plan, and you can still get this. You can still enroll in this and at least have something. This is good for like part-time employees that are not eligible for medical, and there's a bunch of people really.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of what we were using telemedicine for in the past.
Right. How membership works, there's the 800 number. So again, this is all after the effective date, 1/1, January 1st, when they'll have their information over there, but then that's how they use it. There's the acute illnesses again. This is an example. This is a screenshot of the system, if you notice. Remember, if you're contributing to the HSA, you cannot enroll in healthcare to you. That's the only one stipulation. But it kind of gives you an example of what the little calculator does here, and the comparison that we just showed you, and the excess tax savings right there, 184.33. Now this page, which is sideways in here, this is a flyer that's actually at the locations here, and there's a 2-page flyer, and I don't know where the front page is. Maybe I actually passed it already, but this is the back of the flyer. And what this shows you, kind of like that little calculator display, without healthcare to you and with healthcare to you, it kind of shows an example to that employee of the same type of thing. Without it,
hey, you know, Pete, that got left off of the new booklet.
The paycheck example?
Mhm. I don't see it. Do you see it?
Okay.
No.
We'll just copy them in there.
Well, are you sure? I mean, we can.
Well, she got a whole bunch of them from Healthcare to You already printed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
yeah, they're on my desk.
Give them out. You know.
You know what happened? I think what happened is I think they were in the handbook and I didn't know that, and then I re-PDF'd it to make the correction that Joanne told me, and then it went out of there. So I'm sorry. I think.
No more money, Kate. Kate.
Okay.
Stop worrying.
Okay. Maybe after fourth quarter.
But speaking of that flyer, though, for my enrollment team, when someone enrolls in Healthcare to You has some requirements. They want you to log in as the employee, number one. They want to make sure that employee watches the video, number two. They want to make sure the employee gets this flyer in their hand if they enroll, number three. And the fourth thing is an acknowledgement form. And that acknowledgement form, I think it was in the attached training invite here. Yeah, there it is. And it basically says, I get it. I know that I'm not automatically enrolled. It's a voluntary enrollment. This also talks about the fact that Healthcare to You is a pre-tax event. This is something you can't change throughout the year without a qualified life event, just like your medical. It's the same thing. So it says I sat with, Eric Weidenbach, and the enroller went over everything, and I'm signing and dating. The enrollment team is going to collect and retain this form and send it back to me at Benaware. This is proof back to Healthcare to You that the employee did sign up for it, they did acknowledge it, and we have that on file. That is a very important. We don't like doing paper, but this is something that the employee actually has to sign. And it's
yeah, but I don't even see that in the booklet. The booklet I have in front of me doesn't have that page in it.
I'm not sure if this one did or not. I don't.
It does not.
Okay. I mean, I don't even know if the first one you have.
No.
Had it. Okay.
I don't remember ever seeing that.
Okay, and what is this exactly? I mean,
that doesn't really need to go in the booklet, Jackie. What that is for the enrollers to use. So when someone enrolls in it, the employee is going to sign off on the fact that they understand what they're doing, and we're going to retain that on the Benaware side. So it doesn't really need to go in the packet anyway.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm just doing my job.
That's okay.
Can we get the enrollers to have the employees sign that Section 125 form at the time of the meetings? Because it's left out of our handbook as well. Can we get them to sign that?
Scott, when I just sent you and Christina the handbook, maybe Christina has seen it yet, and I included the updated Section 125 form, and when I had a second, I was going to ask exactly what Joanne just said. Okay. Well, if the enrollers could have employees fill out that form, and then at the end of the day, give them to Joanne or Jackie, or both.
No, just me.
Joanne.
Just me.
Joanne.
All right. So, for Joanne and Jackie, you'll have that Section 125.
Joanne, please.
Joanne, you'll
I'll
have.
Lose them.
I'll
lose them.
It's me, just Joanne.
So Joanne, you'll have the Section 125 form printed and ready for the enrollers?
Yes, I will.
She sent it to you.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Send
we
it
can
to 'em.
we're outside at the
I can
location.
print 100 and mail it to you if you'd like, because you'll be helping me. Whatever way you want me to do it. I mean, she sent the hard copy. I mean, if it's 2 pages.
Now, ideally, like with the brochures and everything, it's at the locations when the enrollers arrive.
Yes, I can do that. Absolutely.
Great. All right. Dental plan. One plan, $50 deductible. Deductible is waived for preventive services, oral exams, x-rays, cleanings, etc. $1,500 annual maximum. 80% for basic services, 50% for major services. Orthodontia, 50%, $1,000 lifetime maximum, and this for children through age 19. How to find a dentist? Oops. How to find a dentist?
I'm glad y'all put that in there, Kate, because a lot of people don't know
Put what in?
the thing about finding a dentist. I'm glad y'all put that in the handout.
Oh, good. Oh, so okay, sorry. I didn't hear you say that you're glad. Thank you.
Yes. Because a lot of people say, after the fact, say, well, my dentist is in network and, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, why didn't you check to see what dentist was in the network,
Right.
And they go, well, how do you do that? Well, now it'll be in their handout.
Okay. Vision. One plan, internet out of network. Benefits, $10 copay for the eye exam once a year, 12 months. Lenses, $15 copay once every 12 months. And then frames, $130 allowance every 2 years in network. And then contact lenses in lieu of glasses, $130 allowance. Now this rolling effective date, 12-month rolling basis. Not effective date, rolling. If you buy frames in March, you will not be covered for another set of frames until March, 12 months later, until the following March. Frames. Frames is 2 years, 24 months.
Yes.
Okay, but I get it. So if it was lenses or an eye exam, for example, it's 12 months from whenever you have the service performed, not necessarily from the effective date.
I've been doing the booklet. How many is in there? Oh, that's pretty good.
Provide your social and date of birth at the provider's office in order to use your benefits. You're now required to use your ID card. Okay, the accident plan, 24-hour coverage. I put the benefits.
Why don't you ask him to go put them in Joanne's car? Get her keys.
I put the brochures for the fans in the invite too, for my team to review.
No. Put them all in her car.
$50 wellness. Of course, you guys know this works on a fee schedule. The fee schedule is in the invite there. But this is a snippet of that information. $200 a day for hospital confinement. ICU is more. And of course, fee schedule for everything. Ambulance and so on. Really inexpensive rates here. And here's an example of how it works. But you guys are familiar with that. Critical illness, 15 or 30,000. List of covered diseases, $50 wellness benefits, portable. There's the rates, although they're in the system. Tobacco and non-tobacco. Hospital indemnity. $2,500 per year benefit. If you're admitted to the hospital, you receive $1,000. For days 2 through 4, $500 a day. ICU is more. And the rates. and an example of how it could be helpful. And the cancer plan, low and a high option, $100 wellness on this one. $100 to $200 per day hospital confinement. And then the high option has initial diagnosis benefit, $2,500, surgical benefit on both, skin cancer benefit on both, radiation chemo. And then they get on the high plan, they get a $250 per year BER, benefit enhancement rider. Wellness screenings, these are all the tests they can have for that $100 wellness benefit there. And then the rates for both plans, low and the high, of course, they're in the system. And then the remaining few pages here is who's eligible. This is the eligibility page. Who's eligible for what? Healthcare to use, as spouse not eligible, children not eligible for the DPC.
That sheet's been updated. That's one of the ones that we fixed.
Yeah. For DPC, that's true, but for the rest, they're good. Let's see, reminders. Here's one. If you're currently enrolled in Transamerica UL, you have the option to either port your coverage at the same cost via direct bill or discontinue the policy. There's a form that goes with this, and it's the last page of the guide here, and it basically says that if you're not going to continue your life insurance policy, you need to complete the form, because if you don't, like all insurance companies, they're going to spend down your cash value until it's exhausted. If you fill out the form and cancel your policy, you can get whatever cash value is remaining out of it. And there is the form, actually part of the guide. And that's it. So for my team, we have a few tweaks to make to the system. I'll make sure that you get the updated current benefits guide. I guess we already have it. And that's it. Jackie or Joanne, anything to add?
No, but Kate, that Humana Vision form, why does it state that at the top, the rolling 12 months, if the frames you can only do every 24 months? Can we get that fixed?
The frames for sure are 24 months. Okay. Yes.
Is that a question or a statement?
Yeah. No. I just want to check that's true, because I think I thought they were 12, but let me
look at the enrollment thing.
No, I guess the frames are 24. I'll have to ask Robin how that works, and we'll get that fixed in the workbook.
Can you scroll back to that page?
Yeah.
And write the number down.
The handbook or the workbook? Oh, and fix it in the handbook.
Oh, well, I mean, it would be nice for them, the enrollers, but I mean, we'll tell them on our end, because we already printed 100 books. We can get that corrected, but I want to make sure it's 12 months, or is it 24?
Well, last year it's supposed to be a duplicate of benefits, and last year it said every 24 months.
It is every 24. I just checked. I just don't see vision benefits. I don't know why she shouldn't have said frames for that.
On page 28 of his, you see that vision benefits?
Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay. I think it is rolling, but I think it's 24 months for frames and 12 months for lenses. But she's trying to illustrate the example of rolling. So I'll have Robin change that when we get off the call, because she's the one who described that, and she'll know how to rephrase it.
Yeah, and then just clarify it. I mean, if it's the same for the lens, is it the rolling for the lenses as well?
I think it's rolling for both, but I think it's rolling 12-month basis for the lens and a rolling 24-month basis for the frames. And I think she probably took that from another plan.
Okay, so that's what we need to clarify, page 28.
Okay, got it. I have it on my list. And I already wrote to, I already asked Ron, I already asked healthcare to you again for the addresses, and I said high importance, we need this right away for a meeting tomorrow, and I told him we need to fix the spelling report.
Okay. All right, so we have a few updates to make, but for my team, thank you so much for joining. For the Woodvine team, of course, thank you so much for joining. We really enjoy when the employer gets on and gives us some input and, you know, some extra answers where there might be some holes. So thank you all so much for joining. For the enrollment team, I'm available the rest of the week. If you have questions, I want you to come to me. And I have this all recorded, so I'll send you the link to the recording later as well.
Thank you so much, Scott.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay. Thank you.
Great, everyone.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye.
Scott. Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
Are you still there? Are we going to have the booklets at the location, or are we going to work off of our this enrollment guide? Are you going to have separate ones for each employee at location?
I don't know the answer to that. They're printing them now, so I'm assuming that they're distributing them too. What they're doing is tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow and Thursday, they're going out. Joanne and Jackie are going out to do group meetings, and I'm sure that their plan is to distribute these to the employees tomorrow.
Okay, as long as they have a couple of extras, like where we're going to be working, we can, unless you want us to print.
No. Okay. We'll ask. I'll get Christine to ask them to have hold a couple for you. I mean,
and it looks like they're paid weekly, and it looks like it's effective 1/1.
It's effective 1/1.
Are the voluntary products?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Go ahead.
1/1 paid weekly.
Yeah.
Are the voluntary products replacing other voluntary products?
Yes.
Like is Chubb replacing something?
Yes, they are, and those products are loaded in the system too. So if you go in and you'll see, you can see in the system that let's see, are they not going? Yeah. Let's take this offline. I'll call you later.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Okay, bye.